Welcome back to another episode of the Within Range podcast. Dom Juan, Jared Suter. The ear god is not with us today, Jared, but always with us in spirit.
Forever in our hearts.
Always. Another special guest. I know I said this last week. I think I tripled saying the word special. But I think we can say that here too because this is a new lane that we haven't really tapped into. It's a new market for us, and we're excited because this young man's got a lot of talent. So first, of his genre to be on our show, just some of the accolades, Jared, if I can throw out a little early.
Do we have time for that? Do we have that much time?
I wrote down a few.
Are we that long form now? You can. All right, go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
3-star QB, 5A AIA Offensive Player of the Year.
What?
But aside from that, gentleman, scholar, athlete,
What?
humble individual.
What?
The guy knows his scripture, it seems like, from what I've seen.
Nice. Okay.
And the D1 offers, from what I know, Jared, I think are just now starting to come in, and he hasn't even started his senior year yet.
To say just now in his junior year, man. Wow, so late. What a late bloomer.
Man. But yeah, Jared, excited to get into this one. Representing Cave Creek, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Donivan Dixon today.
I appreciate you guys for having me today.
Normally we would have the applause.
can clap.
We'll be probably,
Yeah, we'll add those
going as I'm saying, but once that applause ends, I think the most appropriate way for us to start this off would be clap twice if you're with me.
Yeah, so John Gruden.
And for all the scouts out there, all the potential coaches, anyone considering this young man, he was outstandingly early.
Yeah, hey, let's shout that out because that's
where to
important.
park versus just picking a spot and just going somewhere. You can already tell the guy's just going to be just right in the locker room there.
I like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's stuff you take notice of. So Donovan, happy to have you on, man. Thanks for coming. All right, so what we like to do to get started is give people who may not know you like a little bit of a backstory, right? Where you came from, where you're at. So let's start with Cave Creek, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in your words, I guess, for people who don't know about, let's just call it Arizona, Phoenix, and Cave Creek, how would you describe kind of, I guess, where you grew up and in that environment, more or less?
Cave Creek is definitely something that means the most to me. It means a lot. Every game.
Special place, man.
Yeah, it's very special. Every game, the stands are packed with the community of Cave Creek, and that's the thing that's been just pushing me the past 4 years is doing it for the city of Cave Creek, not just for myself.
Wow. I pull up to the basketball games, man, and I mean, you might be lucky if you show up, no later than the second quarter, you'll get a decent seat, but it's usually packed out.
Yeah.
It's God's country out there too. It's beautiful. I think the thing that stands out to me about Cave Creek is when you're driving around is just like the way they go out of their way to hide their shopping centers, dude. Like they're like
everything
landscape
looks the
driving down
same.
the road. You have to use Google Maps or be like a complete native there because otherwise you'll miss your
you'll get
turns.
lost
You
real
can't
quick.
see the street signs. They're just like, oh, you're just in the desert, and it's like there's like an AJ's, a foot spa.
Oh, Sprouts?
Yeah,
There's Sprouts
Sprouts,
in
like
there?
everything, dude. Like,
Man. All right, so we'll get into Pops. I know Pops has
Yeah.
been a big influence on your life. I've had the opportunity to meet the man. Do you recall the first time you had a football put? I mean, you might have been really, really young. But what was the first time you remember touching a football for the first time?
Probably straight out the womb.
Yeah, it was like as soon as he was
football
ready.
was just in hand.
the doctor was like, I need 10 cc's of pigskin stat right now.
I think the first time I really played like a flag football game was 3 or 4, which is pretty young for a lot of.
That's dang.
Yeah,
pretty
super young.
So
Is that Cy? Cy about
Yeah,
around
he's
there?
about to be 5. so-
Marshall Falcon. What was your stat line? Do you remember? Any
I don't know.
idea?
I didn't play quarterback yet.
Okay,
so,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
That's an interesting. What were some of your first early positions you did?
So the first position I ever played, I played running back, and
You got the speed. I played against you in the basketball court,
Yeah.
so you got the speed for sure.
yeah, so running back, and then I also played receiver, and then I played basically everything on defense. Yeah, so that was when I was.
You like to hit?
No, not at all.
Okay.
That's when I was in Montana, and then moved here and played quarterback.
Wow.
Ever since I think I was 13, 12, 13. So
Montana.
4 or
Four
5
diggers,
years.
right?
I mean, not to say this was like part of the master plan, but do you know if Pops had a moment when he might have known that this was going to be the position for you? Because that's what he was, right?
Yeah. So I didn't really take over quarterback until 12, 13. I always wanted to play running back. I hated playing quarterback. I hated having the ball in my hand every play.
Wow.
But I also hated having to not be able to lead the team in the full direction. Like at quarterback, you touch the ball every play. You can technically control the entire game.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I love about playing the position right now.
Wow. That's hard, dude.
Maestro.
So yeah, so obviously it sounds like, you were kind of thrown into sports from an early age, given your dad. So what has like your dad now being the head coach, the guy you play for now, I'm just curious, like what has that relationship been like, you getting to play for him?
Right.
And then like, I always like to know like kind of not the schema behind it, but like, was it always his plan to eventually try to become this coach and then coach you type
Right.
of thing? Or yeah, I guess if you could.
So he's coached me ever since I was like 7. So at 7 to about 18 coming up, he's coached me. And when I first moved here in December of my 8th grade, I wasn't going to Cactus Shadows. I was going to Pinnacle. And
I don't know if I knew that.
yeah, because I was following the Spencer Rattler route, all that.
Okay, listen, that's
Yeah.
that's an easy route to
So,
follow. So
I was just going to do that, play my 4 years there. But then one night after Pinnacle practice, we were talking, and he was like, the Cactus Shadow job just came up for open, and we live down the street, so
No
why
brainer.
wouldn't he take it? And he's like, if I take it, would you come with me? And I'm like, of course. We can finish out these 4 last years.
Your
And,
dad asked you that?
yeah.
That's real. I mean, that
That's
says
incredible.
a lot, dude.
Yeah.
It's not like implied, like a lot of kids would
Yeah.
just be like, it's implied. Like the fact that he respected you
Yeah,
enough to
no.
be like, would you come with me?
Yeah, for
And,
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
wasn't-
Dad.
so if he
That's
didn't-
awesome.
So if I said no, I wouldn't come with him. He wasn't going to take the job, and I would have just stayed at Pinnacle and
Wow,
probably been there from right now. So
man.
it's a lot of story a lot of people don't know.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Is he,
Thanks for sharing that.
I kind of was gonna ask this, feeling like I knew like he
Right.
would be harder on you, but given that, I'm kind of
Well,
just genuinely curious. Now,
well,
is he harder on you than anyone else?
I think
You're also the quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's definitely the hardest on me out of the whole team, all the siblings, like all my siblings.
Yeah, he has to set
Over
that
Sean,
up,
too?
'cause-
Krishan too. Yeah, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've
It's
seen
'cause
that.
Krishan doesn't talk back. That's the thing.
I've seen them on the basketball court go at it a
Okay.
little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah, your brother's just a quiet guy,
Yeah,
kind of naturally.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I have, like my dad's characteristics.
Okay.
So that's why we butt heads a lot.
Alright.
I feel like him being hard on you though, like I feel like that is doing you a favor
Yeah,
because like
for
the way
sure.
someone would come at you and be like, "Oh, your dad's the coach,"
Right.
and just like, dude, he's literally 10
I
times
know.
harder on me.
Yeah.
Like, just yeah,
Yeah.
you bulletproof at that point. Yeah.
That's what happened a lot. My freshman year, a lot of kids tried to come at me because I was starting varsity as a 14-year-old freshman. They're like, "Oh, it's because your dad." But
That's gonna be like
Yeah.
anyone. That's what someone's gonna
Yeah.
shoot at. Yeah.
I didn't start the first game at all, and then I let the other quarterbacks do what they did, and I stepped in and took over. So can't really be mad at me for that.
Okay.
The 5-minute highlight reel speaks for
Yeah.
itself.
Yes, exactly. That actually kind of leads me to my next question was like, obviously you're coming into your senior year.
Mhm.
At what point, like, because obviously there's got to be some nerves, some butterflies stepping into that role that young.
Right.
When did you feel like you gained your full confidence? You were like, this is my team. I control this. Like, do you remember when that moment kind of
I feel like I didn't really step into the role until after my sophomore year.
Okay.
So like going
Had to
in-
get a couple under the belt.
Yeah.
you know?
Going into my junior year, I feel like I really stepped into that role. I took the role of a captain, a leader, and just rallied the guys to try to win a state championship. And some came up short, but I feel like this year we definitely have beyond the team to take it to the top.
You think so?
I know so.
Well, let's go.
Love
Drew,
it.
Drew will do the fire emojis during that time.
I'm saying if you have half the heart that I saw in one of the clips, you had like 20 bombs in that
Yeah.
clip, which are obviously impressive. But I feel like the one that got me was you guys were like in the red zone,
Mhm.
you were getting rushed, and you had a guy straight up in your face, and
Mhm.
you made like just this beautiful like 10-yard pass, and the
Yeah.
guy made it in the end zone. I was like, yeah, that's the kind
Just
of thing under
dimes.
pressure
Yeah.
like that, like that's. The technical skill to throw a long ball is like obviously something I don't
Yeah.
even remotely possess and have the utmost respect for. But to have that calmness under pressure when a guy's coming at you and like trying to hurt you,
Right.
basically, it's just like, oh, I got to get this ball, and that guy's hit, like it's against your human nature of
Yeah.
survival. So to be able to fight that, man, it's impressive.
That actually brings me to a question too. At what point during a game do you feel most confident? Is it avoiding, the pressure to throw a ball? Is it running? Is it like do you
Getting
have
hit.
Yeah, what's your favorite like aspect when you're in
I
that?
feel like my favorite aspect, it's just winning. That's my favorite aspect. That's
not happy. You're not happy
Yeah.
until
Incredible.
the
Till we
clock's
win.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
it doesn't
Kobe.
matter. Yeah,
You're
it doesn't-
Kobe at game 3. Job's not done.
100%.
Job's not
Yeah.
done.
It doesn't matter what I've done because my freshman year and my sophomore year, I really didn't worry about winning, and I feel like that's a thing that had to come with me maturing. My freshman year, we weren't winning, so all I cared about was stats. Sophomore year, we had the same record. All I cared about was stats, and I feel like that was selfish from my point.
It shows,
That's-
though,
that's
because I was
maturity.
looking at it. It's basically same number of attempts. You jumped to like 600, 700 passing yards. Come
Yeah.
on, dude.
Yeah. Huge
Says a
jump.
lot.
So yeah, that's just my main thing is just winning, and that's what it's been from the past last January to now going into senior year. So
I'm assuming that's Pops' mentality, right?
100%.
Let's just get
Yeah.
the dub.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah. So we had a long talk after sophomore year, and it's just if you really want to go to college, you have to win. You can't just put up numbers and you guys aren't winning, going to playoffs, all that. So I feel like me and him having that conversation really just flipped the switch, which now we're winning and now one of the best teams in the state.
Wow.
What does that look like from your end? Like, what's that switch look like that you do on the field that's different? Is it like going for maybe a less flashy play, going for something that's less aggressive? Like, what does that look like?
Really just whatever it helps to win.
Moment to moment?
Moment
Yeah,
to moment.
Yeah.
Like whatever my team needs me to do, I feel
Even
like
just
I can
hyping a
do
guy
it.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So just really anything they need me to do and the leader they need me to be.
Swiss Army knife, but the leader of the team at
I was
the
gonna say,
same
glue
time.
guy is like, it's not always
Yeah,
like the
that's-
top performer. When you're a top performer
Right.
and a glue guy,
That's
deadly.
incredible.
It's
Yeah.
deadly.
I mean, I know you posted about it. Can we talk about the recent offers?
Yeah,
That have come
so
in?
I got NAU in November,
Shout out the Lumberjacks.
and then I got Air Force and Army the past 2 weeks.
Wow. Wait,
Yeah.
you're missing one though.
Oh, and Utah. I got Utah like a year and a half ago though.
Listen, those who know
Yeah.
who remember
Yeah.
Pac-12 ball, can we talk about Utah?
hey,
Utah's
listen.
always been a competitor.
Yeah.
How good are you at the triple option there, dude? I mean, shoot, dude. I'd hate to be watching you and just have to auto bet the under.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't have that. I gotta be rooting for my guy there. Oh, that's amazing.
Man. So, what was that feeling like, man? I mean, again, finishing junior year, you get those offers. I mean,
Right.
what's the feeling? Like?
It's a feeling you can't explain. You know what I mean? So that first offer, I don't think I've ever screamed that loud a day in my life.
Listen,
As
dude.
you should.
All of Cape Creek might have
Yeah,
heard that.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's just something that I've prayed for. I feel like I've worked really hard for it. And when it finally came, it was like a moment you can't explain, a moment you can't really get back. You know?
Yeah.
So like these other offers come in, I'm still grateful for it, of course, but the first one, it really
Oh.
but
But that's-
just changed
That
that's the
just
work.
stamps it.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
just like no
Yep.
one can take that away from you.
Yes.
That's the moment you got that
Yeah.
offer. Yeah, I get that.
Obviously, there's gonna be more that are coming.
Right.
We actually have a table of hats over here. No, I'm just kidding. Surprise.
We'll have Drew edit those in, dude. Are there any schools that you hope reach out to you?
So right now I'm talking to the University of Arizona, UTL.
We're Sun Devils, so we won't listen. We respect
you know,
it, but we get it.
It's great,
we get
great
it.
program. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking.
UT El Paso,
Oh, nice.
Washington State,
Ooh.
Cougs.
a little bit of Wazoo. Oh yeah, no, not Washington State. Oh yeah, Washington State, and then Eastern Washington. Yeah. Eastern Washington, yeah.
Okay.
But that's really it right now. Or Idaho State, Idaho. That's
Hey.
it right now.
Playing that blue turf.
Dude,
That'd be sick.
that would be so sick. It's beautiful up there too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. God, you can't miss with any of those.
Dude, and it's yeah.
I went to ASU, no scholarship. It's
Yeah, straight had to pay, dude. All right, obviously, Donivan, if you followed us, you know that we like music.
Right.
You know, that's kind of what has thrived this podcast now. You know, young men like yourself help us diversify. What are you bumping pregame, man? What's in the headphones? Who you listening to?
So a lot of people think I like listen to hard stuff, but my favorite artist right now is Adele. So like I listen.
I was not ready for that.
I was not ready for that. Never mind, I'll find
So yeah, I listen
you
to
in
like,
the end zone. No, sorry. Keep going.
So yeah, I listen to like Hometown Glory, Somebody
Okay,
Like
that
You.
is a banger.
Exactly,
Hometown
it's a
Glory is a
banger.
banger. That's OG Adele
Yeah,
too. That's like,
so,
geez,
yeah.
that's like 10 years
Yeah,
old.
I don't
That's
listen to
that's
like new
ancient.
Adele. I listen like old Adele. So
Have you always been an Adele guy?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Adele slaps, dude.
Man,
Yeah.
I haven't really
She's like one of
ventured-
the only people in the last like 2 or 3 decades to go. Like
I know the
diamond with
Grammys
his
Yeah.
are
piano.
yeah, the Grammys are crazy for sure.
No,
Yeah.
Adele's-
So
Adele's-
yeah,
Adele's
I used to
fire.
listen to like Young Boy and stuff like that when I was a freshman, and I'd get like tired out before the even game started.
Did you do
That's
the Russell
hilarious.
Wilson too hard?
Nah.
Oh, sorry, was it the Dak? The Dak.
Yeah, oh yeah, when he's moving his
Dak, yeah.
hips. That's crazy.
But yeah, once I changed that, and I feel like I was a lot more calmer, and I listened to some jazz before games and stuff like that. So I don't really listen to a lot of rap.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How do people hit you, man? You're so nice. Like
I know,
you're
yeah,
listening
for
to
real,
aggressive
like-
stuff, and you're imagine you hit the guy. Oh dang, you got me. I feel like Patrick Mahomes, like you got me.
Oh yeah, he's just like real nice about
Yeah,
it.
he's like, oh man, good hit. It's like, damn it.
Jared set me up with the questions. I feel like just off your comments. So the Patrick Mahomes comment, you might know what's coming next. Who would you say your game is most modeled after, or is there anybody in particular that you might take some tips from?
So
Perhaps.
obviously everybody says Kyler Murray because I'm not 6 foot. I'm not, but I don't really look at one specific quarterback. Like I look at Tom Brady when I throw. I look at Lamar when I run. And just like slowing the game down and really focusing on what I need to key on is Peyton Manning. So I look at a lot of different quarterbacks and what I need to improve on. Like I watch a lot of film.
Do you?
I watch a lot of film. I watch a lot of tape.
Does Pops push that, or is that just you?
It's me. Like he pushed it like when I was younger, but now it's me just wanting to get better. And that's all I've been working on this offseason is wanting to get better. Because we lost first round of playoffs last year. I don't want that to happen again. And so me and my teammates have just been working so that doesn't happen again.
I'm ready to run through a brick wall.
Dude, yeah, no, I'm fired up.
You got?
I mean, yeah, I guess you've mentioned it a couple times. How do you feel like your faith helps you with football? Like let's say you're listening to jazz, like you sound pretty distraction free and focused on the game, man. Does that help you with it, or?
I feel like God definitely helps me a lot with a lot of things. I feel like he makes me worry free. Like I go into games, I don't have to be nervous because whatever happens, happens, and it's supposed to happen. I don't have to worry about, am I going to get hurt, all this and that, because if I get hurt, it's not my plan.
You
And
got the Tom
Wow.
Brady maybe mentality,
Yeah.
right? That, yeah.
So, yeah, I have it, like, on my door, and it's whatever is meant to be is meant to be.
Wow.
So, like, wherever I go to college, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You want to cue up the GM question, or should I get that going?
No, go for it.
All
yeah.
right. Okay. I might have had some help from some family members on this
Right.
question because I reached out, to some people. I was like, "Hey, what would you ask them?" All right. So if you could play GM and build your entire team, you don't have to go like, if you want to go deep into like positions, but with current or former players, like what would more or less a squad look like for you?
So, at quarterback, you definitely got to go Tom Brady. You can't go wrong with it.
Okay. Who's he throwing to?
Give me Devontae Adams. Give me-
Packers.
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 years,
Packers,
yes.
Devontae.
Packers,
Packers,
Adams.
Devontae
Okay, yeah,
Adams.
yeah.
Give me Marvin Harrison, not Junior.
Yes.
Marvin
Marv.
Harrison, for
Whoa.
Colts. Marvin Harrison.
Yo.
One of the biggest gentlemen in football
Yeah.
ever.
Give
Guy
me-
could win the Super Bowl with a catch, and he'd be like, "Here you go, ref." Yeah. Like, what?
Right. Give me Aaron Hernandez was nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
I like that pick. 'cause
Aaron
he-
Hernandez was
So,
nice.
see,
though,
the thing
dude.
is, you're a
That's
good
what's-
guy, so you check both the boxes. But I've long been a proponent of like, do I prefer an athlete to be a good guy? Absolutely.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm trying to watch some good ball. Okay. And obviously, Aaron Hernandez crossed the line. That's not okay.
Crosses a
But
whole
I'm just saying,
different
like,
line.
hell of a ball player.
Hell of a tight
Hell of a
end.
ball player, dude.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Who else you got?
Uh,
great.
I like Cooper Kupp a lot.
Ooh,
He's nice.
Cooper Cup's a sleeper.
Dude, okay, we listen to Riff Raff a lot, and one
Uh-huh.
of Riff Raff's bars is like, "Oh, I'm the white Rick James, I'm the
Right.
white Eddie Murphy, dude." I feel like Cooper Cup is the white Marvin Harrison. Dude. Just like puts up crazy numbers.
Right.
Like,
He
yeah,
does,
he's
dude.
like, yeah, it was a good game. You know, it was me and my quarterback are locked in. You know, just looking forward. He's like a Bill Belichick almost. Like he's like a slightly more
Right.
positive Bill Belichick. Was he the one in that interview? Have you ever seen the post game interview? I think it was him, and the lady was kind of just lingering on the interview. And people were like, why did he go so deep on this question? But we found out later someone was getting interviewed and they were like, oh, yeah, that moment, she was taking way too long. And she asked him a question about football. He's like, oh, yeah, well, I saw that the safety was at, split out back. And he goes for like a 2-minute rant on
Right.
like
Oh,
why
on,
they
like, the
did
actual
this one
play?
play. And he's like, I wanted her to ask no questions after that. So I was like, what an absolute genius. He just went full football nerd
Right.
for like a full 60 seconds. And
Happens,
just, like,
dude.
she was just like, Cooper, thank you. She had nothing to say to it. It's beautiful. I love Cooper. It's a great lineup.
Yeah. And then I think my last receiver, I'm probably gonna put Randy Moss. You can't go wrong with that. And then
Who's in your backfield?
I grew up a Marshawn Lynch fan, so I
Yeah.
gotta go Marshawn.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
beast mode, dude.
Yeah, that's why.
Should
Would
have
you-
gave it
would
to him.
you have
Should have
given
gave
him
it
the
to him.
ball?
On the, come
You
on,
given
now.
him the ball?
Dude.
Yeah.
Come on
Million
now.
percent.
It's what, second? It's not even third down. It's
No.
second down. You don't give the ball to Marshawn. Come on now. How do you mess that up?
Pete's
you
over.
marry-
Pete's over in Vegas now, so we'll see how he does.
Would you marry a woman that had dated Future?
That's a crazy.
No.
That's a crazy.
Fantastic answer. Next question.
Would you? Wow.
I was not ready for that one, dude. I was absolutely.
I mean,
not.
Russ comes up. I have to. I'm sorry, dude.
All right, I know you're an offensive back. But just give me 2 O linemen, 2 backers, 2 safeties.
I'll take Joe Thomas. He played with the Browns.
Yeah.
I think 6-7 years ago. I'll take Trent Williams.
Yep. That
Yeah.
guy's Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Love immediately.
You said 2 backers.
Yeah. So now on the defensive side, right? So we covered, I think, all
Uh-huh.
offense, right?
Yeah.
So give me two front line,
Mhm.
2 backers, and 2 safeties. You remember?
I'll take Von Miller and Micah Parsons right now.
Dude.
Did you give it back? Did we get backs?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said
Marshawn.
Marshawn.
Oh,
Lynch.
Marshawn.
Yeah, it was unanimous.
Just one?
Marshawn.
Yeah,
No
just
depth
one.
on
That's all he's
that?
got.
Yeah, that's
Damn,
all you
I
need.
That's
love
all
that.
he's got.
That's all you
dude.
need.
Dang.
Uh,
No Joseph Adai for your Colts? dude?
what a
Dude.
poll.
That's a throw.
That's
You
a,
wanna
that's a
pull
poll.
it?
That's a poll.
Wait, that's one of our
Yo,
guys
we
we
pulled-
spoke about.
I
when
was
it's just
seriously,
like-
we were chilling one night and he pulled out Joseph
I was
Adai,
like,
and I was
Joseph
like, yo,
Adai,
that's a
dude.
freaking pull. I told him this.
You mentioned Peyton Manning, like
Yeah.
so I homeschooled as a kid and we moved around a lot. I just had no like anchor, and for
Right.
some reason I just got latched onto Peyton Manning. I think
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it was also like I watched him on SNL and I was like, wait, this guy's funny too.
Yeah,
Right.
it's cool.
And that was a heartbreaking period until he got that. Dude.
Right.
I remember watching the Super Bowl and Devin Hester returned the opening.
opening
I'm like
kick, you
I'm
thought
like
it
a
was
kid,
done.
dude. Just imagine, dude. I'm just like, oh my god, Peyton's in the Super Bowl, yay! And then just Devin Hester, first play of the game. I was like, okay.
And then my 2 linebackers, I'll take Ray Lewis and Bobby Wagner. Because I
Oh,
used to be a
man.
real big Seahawks fan.
Listen, selfishly, I feel like Luke Kuechly does not get talked about enough, dude.
Dude, and he
Yeah.
just did Bussin' with the Boys, and he
What?
blew me away on that.
I'm watching it tonight when I get home.
He-
I did not know he was on Bussing with the Boys.
He's a bro. He's just a dog. He was just
Luke
an
Kuechly
absolute,
was. I remember the Panthers were never good, but
Yeah.
that guy would. You could tell he was playing at a 120% every game.
the vibe of the interview is like if there was a kid in high school, basically like like he's like all quarterback, valedictorian, whatever, and then like he finally retired and it's just like he can be like one
A
of the
normal
like he
person.
can
One of the
act not he's not a leader or something. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like and
Mhm.
he was just totally relaxed. It was Luke
Yeah.
Kuechly, dog. You're not afraid of controversy on your roster, which I think is
Not at
good.
all.
That's
Yeah.
that's good for locker room leadership.
I didn't
Your
recognize
analyst,
that.
listen, just you can have a Pac-Man Jones on your
Right.
roster. It's not a problem, dude. Ray Lewis, Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, no shit.
My dog, dude. You're shoot. You taking some like counseling therapy classes in high school or something too, or are you just?
All right, who's your safeties?
I'll take Eric Reed. I'll take Eric Weddle too.
Weddle,
Yeah.
what? Dude. That's dude, that roster. We're gonna get that whole roster was that squad's winning you a Super Bowl.
Who's your kicker?
Adam Vinatieri.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the only
that's
answer.
that's a no-brainer.
Unless I would accept Janikowski just because he's a
Yeah.
good time. He's a good time on the team.
All right, let me go back to something I mentioned in the intro. Did you know that you were even up for Offensive Player of the Year?
I had no clue. I going to Cactus Shadows where it's not as known as these other schools. I didn't think I was even gonna have a chance. My sophomore year, I got first team region quarterback and in the hardest region. So I thought like, oh, I should get at least first team quarterback in the state.
You would think.
And then I didn't even get an honorable mention. So after that, it kind of just blew the confidence in that part. Like I don't need rankings to validate myself, but I just knew like I don't know.
It is nice when you get them though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think letting it go is what brought it? Or?
I think so because
Yeah.
my dad came home that night. He's like, "Congrats, you won offensive player." I'm like,
That's
"What?"
how he said it?
Yeah.
Were you
That's how our
playing video
conversation-
games? What were you doing, man?
Nah, I
Just
was
chilling?
just laying down. Comes in my room,
Watching film,
Yeah.
dude. Watching Peyton.
Wow.
Watching the Manning cast of
The
games from
Manning
last year
cast.
just to make sure he didn't miss anything.
That's dope though, man.
Yeah.
All right, we got the fun questions lined up too, Jared. You want to hit some of the?
What sport would you be dominating if you weren't playing football?
Tennis or pickleball.
Tennis or
Wait,
Let's go
wait.
tennis.
Let's go tennis.
What's the third one?
The third one?
Squash. No.
Not basketball.
Okay, what?
Dude.
I've seen you. I
Dude.
played. I've had to guard you
No,
before.
Dude.
Why?
Bad at basketball.
Dude, no, you are
Like
not.
you would think I'd be like athletic, being able to dunk. I'm horrible at basketball.
Yeah,
Like, it's
but
actually bad.
Listen, Donovan, I can't dunk, and I have to guard your brother sometimes. And listen, if I
Mhm.
even can cover him 25% of
Right,
the
it's a
time,
win.
I'm like, I walk out of that gym, my
Yeah,
confidence is.
Go
like-
watch my basketball highlight reel. Your definition of bad will be. Yo, put me
We
in a
won't talk
tee
about
box
that.
though.
It's
Put
a-
me on a tennis serve. I'm nice with it, dude. Because I'm a lefty, so
Right.
tennis.
So
Everything spins the opposite
Do you
direction.
play tennis often, or?
I play pickleball a lot. Me and my girlfriend go play pickleball. But yeah, basketball, no.
Honestly, pickleball's pretty nice. It's a nice afternoon.
Pickleball's
Yeah.
fun.
It's a nice
Yeah, it is.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kitchen.
my brothers come out and we play that, and it gets a little
gets intense.
spicy.
It gets
yeah,
intense, yeah.
for what is.
Yeah.
It's funny because I feel like there's like tennis, and then people are like, "Oh, what's ping pong?" It's like, "Oh, it's
It's a
like table
pickle-
tennis,"
yeah.
but it's like pickleball's in between, where it's like
Yeah.
you're standing on the table,
Yeah.
but it's still like smaller.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And me and my teammate played against my girlfriend and his girlfriend the other week. I can't believe we lost to
You
them.
guys took an L.
Yeah, it was bad.
it's
I don't
tough,
know
dude.
how.
Can't live that down.
No.
We'll edit
I
that
don't
out. No, just kidding. Can't have an L on record, dude. Not happening.
Yeah,
Not on our watch.
It's bad.
I might be stealing one of these questions from you, Jared.
No,
But
dude.
pre-game rituals. Is there anything specific that you just
So something I developed this year was I leave school after lunch and then I go to Nectar, get a strawberry banana.
the one next to
smoothie.
Sprouts?
Yeah.
Dude, that's.
I'm there
I'd
every
be hitting that up
Friday.
after the
Every
after the
Friday,
wine.
I'm there.
dude. Let's go.
And then I go take a 3-hour nap, get up about
Wait, as a 32-year-old man, let me tell you, a 3-hour nap is crazy.
I hit a
dude.
4 the other night. It was the best sleep I've ever gotten in my life.
Put your jersey in the rafters. For that, dude. 3 hours. That's crazy. Dude. Good.
Then I get back to the field around 5 and just get ready to go from there.
Do you lift weights before practice? After? When you don't have practice days, what's the weightlifting?
So I normally just lift with my dad if we don't have team lifts.
Is Pop still putting up weight?
Well,
I was-
he's like still throwing up the 100 pound dumbbells like on one.
okay, yeah.
so
So
he's still-
yes,
Hey,
he's
he-
still
yeah.
throwing up the weight.
Yeah, he still
Gee.
benches like 315.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's done,
yes.
he's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't answer my question.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Wow.
All right.
but yeah, there's not really a whole lot to the rituals before game. I just
But that's a good that's like JJ Watt esque.
Yeah.
I feel like JJ Watt had like a strict sleep schedule, like rest period before.
yeah. So yeah, I just try to do it every Friday. But this year I got kind of messed up now because I have half days next year. So
Heard that was coming.
Yeah.
Heard that was coming up there.
yeah.
What's it looking like? Like, let's just say there's a play that's called. You're not too fond of it.
Mhm.
Do you have the green light to make calls in certain moments, or do you? I guess how does that work out, right? Like, obviously you're gonna get play calls,
Right.
but do you ever you ever call your own?
So me and my dad have this thing is don't live with the call. Don't, if you're not sure of it, change it. If you don't fully trust it, then do what you think is best. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one on the field. He's just back there watching film or looking from the sideline.
And he knows what it's like to be
he knows. He 100%. He's been doing it since he was 8 to. Damn, he's kind of old now, but
hey, he's got numbers too. We've seen those.
Yeah, so that's what he did when he played football. It's just don't live with the play. Live with what you think is best for the team and whatever helps you win.
I think that's cool because it's like one of the things that I learned a while back, like in the flying planes, right? Like everyone's life is in your hands. It's pretty important. That's exactly how that works. Like there's nothing that's more like standardized. There's operating procedures and manual for everything. But at the end of the day, the pilot is the one in the seat and they get to make the call because they're the one that's in the moment dealing with it. And it's just like, that's probably how it should work. It's just like best laid plans, but you got to have the right guy at the helm. And that's what that comes down to.
Yeah.
100%.
I got more, Jared.
Go for it. No, keep firing.
Yeah. What would be one thing people would be surprised to know about you?
I don't even know.
Adele.
He listens to jazz
I was gonna say
pregame.
Adele.
Yeah,
For me,
Miles
it might
Davis?
be the
What
Adele
do
thing. I
you-
was
Yeah. When I first met my girlfriend, she heard it in the car. She's like, "What are we listening to?"
she was like,
But yeah, I don't really have like a whole lot of interesting stuff about me. I don't really know. Yeah, there's really nothing.
you did
That's-
play. Go ahead.
I was gonna say honestly, like if I'm trying to draft a quarterback, that's exactly the answer. I'm like,
Right.
there's really
That's
nothing
a-
interesting about me. I just love
Oh, yeah.
football. What other sport would I be playing? Pickleball. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna play football. All right. Yeah, I love that, dude. It's like you ever. God, I always bring SpongeBob up sometimes.
You do, man. Like, what
But,
is
hey,
with the
SpongeBob
SpongeBob?
applies to life, dude. It's the episode where he's like, forget everything you know except fine dining and breathing, dude. It's
Jeez.
uh,
All right, I think you should do the this or that segment.
oh, the this or that? Okay, all right.
Explain.
We're doing this or that, and it's just quick from the gut. It's
Okay.
just things. I'll go for some. You got some
Okay,
ready?
I'll keep.
So it's just this or that. Nike or Adidas?
Nike,
QB sneaker, deep ball,
deep ball,
pancake or waffle,
pancake,
burger or hot dog.
burger,
Madden or NCAA.
NCAA.
Have you, Pops being who he is, and just I'm sure you just getting your experience from him. Like, have you had the opportunity to be around anybody throughout your childhood and now coming
Right.
up in your high school years that like inspired you, or like obviously Pops and your brothers
Right.
gonna be people, but anyone like outside of your family you would say that kind of motivates you, or
Not really. It's just really me and my dad.
Nice.
Everything we've done, it's always been me and him against everybody. So ever since freshman year, or since I was younger, it's always been listen to what dad says and you'll be all right. There's stuff like, I'm worrying about offers in like last June, and now this is all coming just like he said it would. So,
Trust the process.
yeah.
manifest.
So I guess related to that, but like, so, it sounds like you're tied with your family. You have your football influences. Is there anyone, fictional or non-fictional, that outside of football that you look up to, or outside of the family that you,
I look up.
even just any sort of hero?
Right. So if you know who Jared McCain is, I look up to him a lot.
No idea.
The name sounds familiar. But
He plays for the Sixers right now.
oh
yeah.
their rookie
Yeah.
draft pick. Okay.
I look up to him a lot because I watched his documentary like 2 years ago, and it was like something that really like changed my life. Like
Whoa.
building a routine, building consistency, and just manifesting everything that you want. There was a book that I read. It's called The Inner Game of Tennis, and it just tells you how to really tap into the mental side of the game and not just the physical. I feel like as a quarterback, that's the main thing that you need to have, because everybody can throw a ball in college. Everybody can
Right.
mostly run in college. It's once you get to college, it's 1,000% mental than it is
Oh,
physical.
has to be.
Because if you're not tapped in mentally, then you're never gonna play.
Wow.
So that's really the thing that really inspired me. So yeah, just that documentary.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a documentary guy, so
Sleeper
I'll-
answers to all these
yeah.
questions.
Yeah, for real. I'm not ready for all
Left field.
Left field.
Who on your team talks the most trash? Are you a trash talker guy? You don't seem like
Nah.
that.
So I'll talk trash when I need to. Like, if my guys are getting into it with the other team, then I will step in.
Okay.
But
You're not going to start it.
No. Well, it depends who we're playing. You know,
Okay.
if it's like rivalry game, I'll start it.
For those who may not know, again, being familiar with Cave Creek, who are some of the rivals that you guys face?
Notre Dame. That's about it.
That's a great
Notre Dame,
that program's-
Boulder Creek.
Okay.
Uh,
Pinnacle was
yeah,
probably
we
in the
don't
past,
play
but you
them. Yeah. So really just Boulder Creek and Notre Dame.
You guys play Chaparral still?
We play them this year. They just moved down to 5A.
Wow. Hey,
Yeah.
let's
It could
let's
start-
get our
I'm over
tickets
here
now.
like there's something higher than 5A.
Oh yeah,
6A,
dude,
yeah.
6A. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Donovan. So, I mean, again, man, I've been keeping up with you for a few years now. I've had the opportunity to be around you and know your dad and your brother, and I'm excited for your future, bro. Like,
Sure.
again, you're just now tapping into what I think is going to be a great career for you. Like, you got a good head on your shoulders. You're a
God.
stud, man. You're a
If
stud.
I was where you were at,
Man,
and if I was, and if
seriously.
I was half of where you are at your
Yeah.
age, dude, your future's incredibly
Yes,
bright,
sir.
dude. You've got a great head on your shoulders.
Thank you.
For sure. So, Donovan, if you want to look into that camera, man, tell us, like, what's expected senior year? What are you going to accomplish? You know, what are some goals you have set out, and what can the people be looking out for?
A goal that I think we will accomplish this year is a state championship. I feel like it's been a long time coming. 4 years starting now. I feel like it's been the only thing on my mind for the past 4 years. Seeing these other teams hold up the trophy, like I feel if we beat Desert Edge, we're state champs. Yeah, without a doubt in my mind.
You heard it here,
Damn.
folks.
Wow.
AZ football on notice.
And some goals this year I have just for myself is, of course, Gatorade Player of the Year. I was a finalist for it this year, and I didn't win. So definitely coming back for it this year. And then Ed Daugherty Award winner, which is like the Heisman of Arizona football. That's really much it. Like,
Yeah, no big deal.
Just a
dude.
clean
Just-
sweep of the most important things you could think of. I love it.
but yeah, my main goal is just winning state, and that's all I want to do. If I don't get any more offers, I don't get any more accolades, at least I can say I'm a state champ.
Yep.
And that's the thing that matters to me most, because some kids after high school don't get to play football.
Sure.
And the thing they can say is I won state my senior year. So
Powerful.
Man, what an ending. This has been incredible, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks
Sure,
for
thank
sharing
you.
your story and journey. I'm excited to even review this in the editing process and just see, like, dude, there were so many gems
yeah,
throughout this. And, yeah, man, we're going to be keeping up.
so
Thanks for coming by, and good luck as you go into your senior year, my man.
thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you. It was an honor.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Shut it off.
Let's jump right in, Chevy faster than lightning. My pen teach how to rap 101 on the I-10. Since 17 with 5150 sinister plotting things. Take you back to when the 303 was Cotton Lane. But you are now within range. Story mode over, you at the end game. I know you got your trophies and achievements. Background checks is insane. Off the court and in game, I low-key couldn't believe it. Ear guy got a God's ear for the quality. Don Juan dropping jewels like he committed a robbery. Snoop natural on the mic like Calvin Broadus, a prodigy. I've been rapping my ass off, hope the city is proud of me. From big names to local talent, within range, promoting balance. That's why I had to vroom up, go insane on this open challenge. So if you need an interview and you only get one stop, make sure you choose the spot with the gunshot.